welcome to the channel. My name is Mazeborn and today I'll be taking a look at the adventure game Inside, made by Playdead. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing as it will really help the channel grow. Thank you. I will try not to go over any spoilers for the story and just give my views on it. The game starts by just throwing you into the game. Some people will like this and some people won't. I didn't mind it. From the first few moments of the game, it is very unsettling. You can feel the anxiety of your character. As I played the game, I had a lot of different theories for what was going on and none of them were right. I will say that if you like clear-cut answers to your mysteries, this is not the game for you. They never present the answer of the story with a ribbon on it for the player. A lot is left up to interpretation, which is something people will either love or hate. I'll be honest, I was looking forward to getting to the end and seeing if any of my theories to the story were correct. When the game ended, I had more questions than answers. My child was the person who suggested I try Inside, as they had watched someone play it before and thought I would like it. So I immediately had to ask them what was going on when the game finished. I am new to adventure games as a genre. I play them every now and then, but never really spent much time in these type of games, so it may just be I'm not used to how the story is delivered. I did enjoy the game, but what I was expecting from the ending I never received, and that did sour the game a little for me. I do not know if that is an issue with me or the game, but as I try more and more adventure games for this series, my views on it may change. Inside has a similar art style to Somerville, the other adventure game I tried on this channel, and the reason I wanted to play more adventure games. That the two games are similar makes sense as they were created by the same people. The art style is simple but delivers what it needs to convey how eerie the world is and how foreboding the locations are. The enemies are all done really well, from their animations to their look and how they respond to you. There are a large portion of underwater areas in Inside, and these are done expertly. They really feel like underwater zones. The way the light is affected underwater and how your character moves through the water is all done excellently. Without going into spoilers, I will say that the late game character models are truly disturbing. I loved it. The game is beautiful and the world is stunning. There is no voice acting in Inside. Sometimes no music plays at all in certain locations. The lack of sound is used really well to deliver a really disconcerting atmosphere. The sound of dogs barking or heavy breathing of people chasing you is used really well to increase your anxiety. The overall sounds from your footsteps to the grunts and splashes as you move through the water are done to a very high standard. The sounds of the world complement the art style perfectly and deliver the perfect tone for the game. There was one sound I really wanted to highlight, and that was the sound of bones breaking when your character falls from a high point. Anyone that has broken a bone or been near someone when they have will recognize the sound, and I have no idea how they replicated in game, but it gave me the shivers the first time I heard it. The puzzles in Inside are mainly physics-based puzzles, pushing or pulling objects around the world. There are some interesting mechanics with mind control that makes the puzzles a bit more complex later on. I enjoyed the underwater puzzles the most. I really enjoyed being underwater in this game. The vehicle you controlled is fun to use and gave some interesting solutions for puzzles. I am new to adventure games, and only a couple of puzzles had me thinking for longer than a couple of minutes, so they're not that difficult. If you want some really complex puzzles, this isn't the game for you. For me, I don't think I would have the patience for some really tough puzzles, So these adventure games with semi-easy puzzles are perfect for me. The achievements for Inside are all to do with picking up collectibles. I only found one through my initial playthrough, but was able to mop up the achievements after completing the game using the chapter select. It took me roughly 30 minutes to collect them all, so if you're looking for a quick 1000 gamer score, should only take you about 5 hours. Inside was fun to play and the game really made me feel uncomfortable at times. I like games to make me feel something, and the last 2 adventure games I have played have done that. That I was theorising through my entire playthrough of what was going on is a testament to the mysteries the games create. The main problem with the game is I don't feel like those mysteries were answered. Before I give my thoughts on a game, I like to fully complete it. I try to do as much as possible within the game to get the full 100% experience, so that when I give my views on the game, people know I didn't just try it for a couple of hours and not touch it. If I did only play for a couple of hours, my feelings would probably be different for Inside. However, the feeling of "is that it?" when the game ended is hard to shake for me, and even though the game looks and sounds great, plays well, and the entire game up to the ending was enjoyable, that feeling at the end does leave a negative taste in my mouth. So, is Inside the greatest adventure game of all time? For me, sadly not. Out of the 2 games on this tier list, I much preferred Somerville, simply down to the story and how it ended. All 3 different endings were good for Somerville. For me, I would put Inside in the B tier. If the ending had connected with me a little more, it may have been higher, but so far in this tier list, Somerville is A tier and Inside is B tier. If you have an adventure game you would like me to try for this series, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.